You got to remember, before COVID, in my district, I ensured that each one of my students had a laptop and internet connection. And we do it to this day. We pay for the internet connection and the laptop for your kid year round because I know the role that technology plays in our community. And I say year round because when school is out, you still need technology at home.
Mhm.
You know, there was a lady named Precious Westy from our community, and she was giving out some awards to parents, and she gave out a video one time, and the she didn't realize a lot of the parents didn't have the the machine to play the video on.
Okay.
And that time it was common to have a VHS. Everybody thought we had a VHS player. It's
Yeah.
the same thing with technology. A lot of people can't afford technology, and technology is too big and opens up the whole world to everybody. So I make sure that everyone has a laptop and internet connection. And we did that before COVID and before we went to virtual schools. But it's the same thing to this day. I'm going to make sure they have those tools because I understand the importance that they play in making them successful.
Do you like, where technology is going? 'Cause I think you jumped into the technology field not because you're interested, because you knew it was gonna be a money-making field.
Sure.
Did you eventually fall in love with technology, and do you like where technology is going?
Technology is in a scary place right now. And I really think that I just think um, it's horrible that they're allowing AI to advance the way that it is, artificial intelligence. I'm talking about true artificial intelligence. Some people call things artificial intelligence that aren't artificial intelligence. Artificial intelligence to me is I give a computer the ability to make a decision on its own. I give the computer or a robot the ability to kill a human based on their own decision. That's a mistake. I was at a conference 6 years ago, and they said, "Hey, we have this machine that's learning." And I raised my hand and said, "What's it learning?" They said, "Oh, that's the beauty about it. We don't know what it's learning." That's crazy. And they said at the time, this year the computer is going to be as smart as a human being, and then this year the computer is going to be smarter than a human being. Why would you want a computer to be smarter than a human being? Because if the computer decides we're going to kill all the people, then it's over, and they could do it. And that's where they're at right now. They actually are that because the incentive is financial. That's that's what the problem is. There aren't going to be any controls because the incentive is to do the most with AI, and the more you do with AI, the more money you get. And now you got countries around the world doing it. So if you think about it right now, uh, you could have a computer right now decide to kill somebody in a Tesla because Teslas have autopilot and they have uh, Wi-Fi technology, so they have connection to the internet. So really, somebody could decide to take the car and run it off the road if they choose to do it. If they just choose to hack the computer, anything connected to the internet is vulnerable. You know, at the end of my career, there's a lot of things going on with ransomware. Ransomware is where they load something on your computers, and they might be doing it for a whole month, and then one night at midnight they run this tool on your system to lock up all your data. And you got to remember, they're doing all this over the internet. And if all your data is online, you're at their will. So then they say, you give us $1 million or you'll never see your information again. Now, the solution to that is to make sure you have all your information backed up to a medium, whether it's tapes or a hard drive that are not on the internet.
Mhm.
Because then you can just reformat your computers, take them offline, reload your stuff, put in the fixes, and then you're back going again. But a lot of people don't have their information backed up.
Yeah.
So, and there's no one selling the information. I just said in terms of the important things to make sure you can do a what they call a bare metal restore, meaning you reformat your computer. You should be able to load the operating system and the data and the systems all at the same state. You could do that and be up in the same day. But people don't have their stuff backed up properly. But to get back to your question, now I have a real concern about where technology is going with AI. Just think about it. When you get on the phone and they say press 1, 2, or 3, or 4,
Yeah.
and you keep yelling, "I want to talk to a person."
Yeah. Yeah.
Right?
Yes.
And they don't want you to talk to a person because a person costs money. So they rather you have to deal with this computer. And, and I even been on the phone where I have to ask, are you a person? That to me is a bad place to be.
And it's just gonna get kind of more and more over time.
Think about it.
Yeah.
They say they have computers that can write books. Why would I want to read what a computer wrote?
Yeah.
Just think about it.
ChatGPT, LLM, large language models.
Yeah. I mean,
Yeah.
you could just, what do I get by saying, hey, write a book about Mr. Tillman? And they can write a book about Mr.
Oh, they
Tillman.
will. They will write it in the form of Edgar Allan Poe.
There you go. Would you want to read that? I wouldn't.
Personally, not me.
No. But that's where it's going. And then a lot of it is, you can be hard to discern the difference. But I really think when it happens, it's going to be something weird about it. It's just something about the beauty and the value of a human soul and a human being that means something. And that's the value that, we're forgetting about.
Yeah, I think there's gonna be a thing that's gonna happen where like AI is gonna become like the normal and all this AI stuff, but then there's gonna be people who kind of like connoisseurs who like really want like high end stuff. They're like, you know what? I want this thing that was made by a human being. I want this quality thing that was made by the creativity of a human being. I think that's what's also gonna happen, but it's gonna be a big shift,
Yeah, I
unfortunately.
think AI gonna get mad at that person and take them out.
Okay, you really think it's gonna be a
Yes.
Terminator situation going
Yes,
on?
I do. Yes.
Okay.
Yes, I do. Yeah. And I think it's gonna come in a form that we never imagined. It's not gonna be like the robot. Like I said, a Tesla car is a robot.
Mm-hmm.
And if they're able to implant a being's mind in the car, it itself, or if it's all hooked together and they're communicating over the network,
Got you.
they're all in sync. It might be that one being or that one AI being controlling everything.
Quantum computing, I guess they call it now,
Yeah.
or they become sentient. I think that's another
Yeah,
thing.
that's the truth.
So, going back to how we talked about coming up with a solution for homelessness, right?
Mhm.
And like you're one man and you could figure it out, but people. So, do you think the same thing with AI? Like people realize this could happen and they can fix it, but they're choosing not to. What do you think?
Like I said, I think because money is the incentive.
Okay.
There are ways of controlling it in terms of like they have the IEEE, which are standards for all electronics, computer networking. So they have committees established already. But then you have your government stuff and military and intelligence stuff that's over and above that, right? So how do you control all those levels, even the stuff that's being done in secret? That's what my concern is. When I was in school in technology, they used to say that the military was 10 years ahead of us.
Yeah.
I don't know how many years they're ahead of us now, but I'm sure they're still ahead of us, which means that AI is way further ahead than what we know already. And I don't know if that's a good thing.